So ito guys, continuation tayo ng solution natin sa pipe. So basahin ko lang, number 51. In an experiment to determine the calorific value of an oil fuel by means of a bomb calorimeter, the mass of the sample of fuel is given as 0.75 grams. Mass of water surrounding the bomb, 1.8 kilogram. Water equivalent of bomb and fittings for 70 grams. And the rise in temperature is 3.3. What is the calorific value of this oil in megajoule per kilogram, assuming a specific heat of water given 4.2 kilojoules per kilogram to Kelvin? So hinahanap, kung mapapansin nyo sa choices, megajoule per kilogram yung ating unit. So syempre, para makuha natin calorific value, so Q, so calorific value, so or heating value, calorific value is also called heating value, is equals to Q over mass ng fuel. So ilan ba yung Q natin? So si Q makukuha natin using MC delta T. So MC delta T, then divide natin yung mass ng fuel. So si mass dito guys, so si mass ng water surrounding the bomb 1.8 plus yung water equivalent of bomb and fitting. So ito is Q ng water to guys. So ilan yung mass natin? 1.8 kilograms plus 0.47. So itong 470 grams, 0.47 para maging kilogram. Then ang C natin is 4.2 kilojoule per kilogram to Kelvin. Then ang change in temperature, so 3.3 Kelvin. So cancel, kilogram divided by mass ng fuel na 0.75 grams. So 0.75, divide natin ng 1,000 para maging kilogram din. So yan, makuha natin yung sagot dito. So 1.8 plus 0.47. So ang makukuha natin dito guys is ilan ba? So 1.8 plus 4.47 times 4.2 times 3.3 divided by 0.75 over 1,000. So medyo malaki to. 41,949.6. So megajoule or kilojoule per kilogram pa lang yan. So ito times natin ng 1 megajoule per 1,000 kilojoules. So syempre ang sagot is 41.9496 megajoule per kilogram. So therefore the answer is letter D. So ganyan lang siya, no? Minsan guys, ang pagbabasehan mo lang is yung unit ng sagot. So alam natin pag calorific value, it pertains dun sa fuel natin. So ang unit ng ano is either kilojoules per kilogram or megajoules per kilogram. So per unit mass palagi ang calorific value. So yung heat, pwede mo makuha yan sa given, it's either MC delta T or may given na heat yan. So next, 52. Based on the industry practice for a specified amount of compressed air, the power consumption of the compressor decreases by blank for each 3.5 C degrees Celsius drop. So itong 1/2, kung madali lang isipin, no, na itong 1/2 dito is either pwedeng degrees Celsius dapat yan. So siguro sa typewriter ata to tinype eh. So yung 1/2, it's either na pagbalik na malapit siguro sa degrees. Kaya 1/2 yung naisulat, dapat degrees yan. So 3 degrees Celsius drop in the temperature inlet air to the compressor. So itong problem na to, nasa ano rin ata to, no? Nasa blue book. So the answer is letter D. So next, 53. So ito, pressure cooker problem. A pressure cooker operates by cooking food at a higher pressure and temperature than is possible at atmospheric conditions. Steam is contained in the sealed pot with vent hole in the middle of the cover, allowing steam to escape. The pressure is regulated by covering the vent hole with a small weight, which is displaced slightly by escaping steam. Atmospheric pressure is 100 kilopascal. The vent hole is 7 mm squared, and the pressure inside should be 250 kilopascal. What is the mass of the weight? So, paano tong problem number 53? So, dito, ano lang siya, no? So, change in pressure. So, titingnan mo lang dito, kahit gaano pa kahaba yung problem, minsan titingnan mo lang talaga yan yung mga given. So, doon ka magbabase ng solution mo. So, hinahanap yung mass of the weight. So, syempre, kukunin mo dyan yung force, i-divide mo ng gravity, makukuha mo yung mass. So, change in pressure is equals to force over area. So, ganyan lang kasimple yung solution dyan, guys. So, hanapin natin yung force. Yung force, pwede natin gamitin. So, weight yan. So, weight equals to mass times gravity. So, ganun lang. Change in pressure is equals to mass times gravity over area. So, ilan yung change in pressure natin? So, 250, pag minus mo lang, lagi mo lang yung mas malaki muna minus yung sa mas maliit na pressure. So, 250 minus 100 kilopascal. So, kilopascal or kilonewton per meter squared is equals to mass times gravity na 9.81 meter per second squared divided by area na, so ilan yung area natin? 7 mm squared. So, 7 mm squared, 7 mm, divide mo ng 1,000 para maging meter. So, squared. Para maging meter. So, kaya dinabay natin ng 1,000 yan para maging, or ano pala siya, no? 7 mm squared siya mismo. So, convert na nga lang natin. So, 7 mm squared times 1 meter per 1,000 mm. So, squared rin natin yan. So, makancel to. So, meter squared. So, ilan yung matitira dito, guys? So, mass is equal to 250 minus 100 is equal to alpha x times 9.81 divided by 7 times 1 over 1,000 then squared. Shift solve pala. So, 1.07 times 10 raised to negative 4. So, may kulang tayo dito, guys. So, since itong kilonewton per meter squared, i-divide natin to ng 1,000 para maging Pascal. So, para maging Newton per meter squared siya. So, di-divide natin siya para maging Pascal. Kasi ito, kilogram times meter per second squared is Newton per meter squared din to. So, lalabas dito is Newton per meter squared. So, tatandaan nyo, no? Dinivide natin siya ng 1,000 para maging Pascal. So, mass dito is, ilan yung mass? So, times natin ng 1,000. Sagot is 0.107 kilogram. So, the answer is letter D. Very easy. So, guys, itong mga problem dito. So, remind ko lang kayo. So, familiarize natin lahat ng problem dito. At least itong sagutan nyo ulit to ng at least 10 times. So, nang maraming ulit para makabisado natin ng makabisado. And, locus form na lang natin yung mga hindi natin kaya isolve. So, next, 54, in a flooded evaporator using an accumulator and float valve flash gas. So, anong sagot sa 54? So, the flash gas passes directly into the suction line. Then 55, the application and joining methods for this pipe are very similar to those for PVC. However, this pipe can be used for hot water up to 180 degree Fahrenheit in a pressurized system up to 100 psia. So, ang sagot sa 55. So, chlorinated polyvinyl chloride. So, nasa blue book rin natin yan, no? The next, 56. So, in a hydraulic turbine which has a diameter of 60 inches, speed of 350 RPM, coefficient of velocity of 0.98, peripheral speed factor of 0.45, generator efficiency of 90%, and jet diameter from nozzle of 6 inches, determine the power input in HP. So, paano to guys? Hinahanap yung power input in HP. So, para makuha natin power input, so basta sa turbine, gamma QH lang din yan para makuha yung gamma QH. Para makuha yung power or yung power, tama. Para makuha yung power ng turbine or power ng water. Then, so, kunin muna natin syempre dito guys yung head. So, paano natin makuha yung head? So, itong head na to. So, wala tayong head, wala tayong Q, meron tayong specific weight ng water. So, kunin muna natin guys yung head. So, si head makukuha natin using this formula. Peripheral coefficient is equals to pi dn over square root ng 2gh. So, pwede natin makuha using this formula. So, ilan siya? Peripheral coefficient or peripheral speed factor 0.45 is equals to pi times diameter. So, ilan ba yung diameter natin dito? 60 inches. Divide natin ng 12 para maging feet. So, squared yan. Feet squared times n. So, ano yung n natin dito? 350 RPM. Divide natin ng 60 para maging revolution per second. Then, divide natin ng square root ng 2 times 32.2 times height. So, ang makakuha natin height dito guys is in feet. So, shift solve lang natin. Pi times 60 times 350 over 60. Shift solve na lang natin. So, 16,095. So, medyo malaki. May kulang ba tayo dito? Check natin mabuti. So, bakit naka-squared nga pala itong ano natin? Tanggalin natin itong squared sa dito. Shift solve. 643.817. 643.817. So, 643.817 feet. Then, yung Q. Kunin natin si Q or si volume flow rate. So, yung Q dito is volume flow rate, no? Volume flow rate yan. So, si volume flow rate, makukuha natin using CV, so coefficient of velocity times area times square root ng 2GH. So, ganyan na yung formula ni Q. So, CV natin is 0.98. Then, ang area natin na gagamitin dito is pi over 4 times 60 over 12. Or hindi pala 60 ang gagamitin na natin dyan. Itong diameter na ng nozzle or jet diameter from nozzle. 6 over 12 squared feet squared times square root ng 2 times 32.2 times itong height na 643.817 feet. So, feet per second. So, lalabas dito. Square root ng 2 times 32.2 times 643 times pi over 4 times 6 over 12 squared, ito yung may squared na, no? Times 0.98. So, 39.18 cubic feet per second. So, substitute natin dito. Specific weight is 62.4 pounds per cubic foot. Then, ang volume flow rate is 39.18 cubic foot per second times head na 643.817 feet. So, cancel. Pounds to foot per second. So, i-convert natin. No? Divide natin ng 550 pounds to foot per second per HP. So, cancel to. Lahat. So, ito, saka ito. So, HP na lang matitira dito. So, ilang sagot? So, times 643.817 times 62.4 divide 550. So, 2862 HP. So, ganyan lang siya, guys. The answer is letter C. The next, problem number 57. So, pure water enters a 3 centimeter diameter copper tube na may given na velocity, 50, temperature, 20 degrees Celsius, and is heated. What is the average convective coefficient? So, H ang hinahanap natin dito. So, for water, kinematic viscosity is given as 1.006 times 10 raised to negative 6. Prandtl number. So, Prandtl number yan, no? 7 and thermal conductivity of 0.597 watts per meter to Kelvin. So, paano to, guys? So, ang formula natin dito, H is equals to NU times K divided by diameter. So, ano itong NU? Ito yung tinatawag nating Nusselt number. Nusselt number yan. So, Nusselt number K over D. So, Nusselt number ng water, so pure water, is 4.36 constant. So, for water. So, direct sub lang yan. 4.36. So, constant yan, no? Then, K, 0.597 watt per meter to Kelvin. Then, diameter natin is, ito, 3 centimeter. So, 3 divide natin ng 100 para maging meter. So, maka-cancel si meter. Or hindi pala maka-cancel si meter dyan. Magiging meter squared yan. So, meter squared. So, magiging sagot natin dito, guys, is 86.76 watt per meter squared to Kelvin. So, the answer is letter D. So, ganyan, no, guys. Lahat ng given dito, hindi lahat yan magagamit. So, pipiliin mo lang yung given dyan na magagamit sa mismong formula. So guys, dito sa problem na to, no? So bagong formula to. So kabisaduhin natin yung H natin or yung convective heat transfer coefficient is equals to Nusselt number times thermal conductivity divided by diameter. Then yung Nusselt number ng pure water at 20 degrees Celsius is 4.36. So constant yan and unitless. So next, 58. The journals of a stainless steel shaft are 38 centimeter diameter. It runs at 105 RPM and the coefficient of friction between journals and bearings is 0.02. If the average load on the bearings is 200 kN, find the heat generated per minute at the bearings. So ito yung sinasabi ko, no, na ito problem na to actually sa machine design yan. Pero meron dito sa pipe. So minsan ganun, no, may mga questions na nagma-migrate from math to pipe or machine design to pipe or vice versa. So, kailangan natin mastery ng lahat ng subjects. So, mamaya ang lumabas sa pipe is puro machine design lahat. So, GG tayo kung hindi natin i-review ng mabuti yung machine design. So, 58. So, hinahanap natin dito yung heat generated per minute at the bearings. So, heat generated or yung Q. So, Q lang hinahanap dito guys, no? So, paano natin makukuha to? So, syempre, torque natin is equals to, kung mo natin yung torque, force times radius times friction times coefficient of friction. So, ito yung frictional torque. So, force times radius times coefficient of friction. Pag wala kang given na friction dyan, force times radius lang yan. So, ang force natin is 200 kilonewton or 200,000 newton times radius. So, 38 divided by, so, atong 38, i-convert na lang natin into mm. So, 38 centimeter times 10, 380 mm. So, divide natin ng 2 para maging radius times friction na 0.02. So, ito na yung ating torque, frictional torque. So, 200,000, calculate natin, 200,000 times 380 divided by 2 multiplied by 0.02. 760,000 Newton to mm. Then, ang gagawin natin, kunin natin yung power muna. So, power is equals to Tn over factor na 9.549 times 10 raised to 6. So, makukuha natin dito yung power in kilowatt. So, torque is 760,000 times radius. So, ano yung radius natin dito, guys? So, ito, 380 divided by 2. Ay, bakit radius? So, N. So, RPM is, RPM, 105 RPM divided by 9.549 times 10 raised to 6. So, ilan tong power natin? Times 105 divided by 9.549 times 10 raised to negative or 6. So, 8.357. So, anong unit nito? Kilowatts or kilojoule per second. So, gagawin natin times 60 seconds per minute. So, maka-cancel ilan? Times 60 natin. So, the answer is 501.41 kilojoules per minute. Kilojoules per minute. So, ito na kagad yung sagot. So, anong pinakamalapit dito? 501 point. Ito, pinakamalapit to. 575. 501.575. So next, problem number 59. So an insulated steam pipe located where the ambient temperature is 32 has an inside diameter of 5 cm with 1 cm thick wall. The outside diameter of the corrugated asbestos insulation is 12.5 cm and the surface coefficient of still air is 12. So inside the pipe is steam having a temperature of 170 with film coefficient H inside is equal to 6,000. Thermal conductivity of pipe and asbestos given as 45 and 0.12. Determine the heat loss per unit length of pipe. So ito, heat transfer na naman. Nanat natin yung heat loss per unit length. So medyo mahaba-haba tong formula na to, no? So makikita nyo lang to sa heat transfer. Q so is equals to change ng T divided by So, 1 over area ng 1 times H1 plus ln ng R2 over R1 over 2 pi K1L plus ln ng R3 over R2 over 2 pi K2L plus 1 over AO times HO. So, ganyan na yung formula niya, guys. Then, ang area natin, so itong area 1 is equals to pi times diameter ng 1 or diameter ng inside times L. Ito namang AO is equals to pi times anong diameter itong gagamitin natin dito. So, D3. D3 naman to, yung sa outside. So, D3 times length. So, pag ginawa natin tong per unit length, so cancelin natin lahat ng length dito. Length. So, yan yung ating direct sub na lang to. So, first, titingnan muna natin dito yung mga radius natin and diameters. So, kung i-drawing natin yung pipe, so yung quadrant ng pipe natin, so ang radius 1 natin is equal to, ilan bang radius 1 natin? So, yan yung inside, pinaka-inside diameter. So, 5 cm. So, 5 cm diameter. So, 5 cm divide natin ng 2 is equals to, or i-convert natin into mm na lang. So, 5 cm is equals to, so wait. So, 5 cm siya is equal to 50 mm. So, divide natin ng 2 is equals to 25 mm. So, 25 mm nang lagay natin dyan. No? So, ang R1 natin is, ang radius 1 natin dito is 50 mm divided by 2 is equals to 25 mm. Or kahit ano na lang palang ilagay natin dyan kung sakali. Pwedeng centimeter na lang din para hindi malito. So, 5 cm divided by 2 is 2.5 cm. Then, meron siyang, ano ba yung sunod niya dyan? So, meron siyang pipe insulation. So, may pipe insulation tayo dito. Ito. So, pipe insulation. Ilan yung pipe insulation natin? So, radius 2 is equals to, so ilan yung thickness ng pipe insulation natin, guys? So, the outside diameter is 12.5 cm. So, R2 natin is equals to R1 plus, meron siyang 1 cm thick wall. So, plus 1 thickness. So, 2.5 plus 1 is equals to 3.5 cm. Then, R3 natin, yung outside diameter mismo na 12.5. So, 12.5 divided by 2 is equals to, ilan yan? So, 12.5 divided by 2 is 6.25 cm. So, yan yung mga diameters natin dyan, guys. So, 2.5. Then, yung R2 natin, so, meron siyang given na thick 1 cm thick wall. So, ang kasunod niya is, ito 1 cm. Then, meron pa siyang isa dyan na insulation, which is, hindi na sinabi yung thickness, no? Pero, ang outside diameter natin is, pinaka-outside is 12.5. So, substitute natin dito. So, change in temperature niya dyan is 170 minus, so dalawa lang naman yung temperature dito, no? 170 minus 32. So divided by 1 over area. So pi times D1 natin. So ang D1 is 2.5 or 5. So 5 cm or 0.05 na lang to. 0.05 meters para maging meters times 6,000 H1. So ang H1 natin dyan is 6,000. Yan yung H ng inside. Then plus ln ng R2. So 3.5 divided by 2.5 divided by 2 pi times K1 natin. So ang K ng unang insulation natin. So yun ba? 45. So K1 natin. Plus ln ng R3. So 6.25 divided by R2 na 3.5. 2 pi times K2 natin is 0.12 plus 1 over pi times diameter ng 3 natin is so 12.5 times HO or outside surface coefficient is 12. So ito, makuha natin lahat. Makuha natin yung sagot. (170 minus 32 divided by so 1 over pi times 0.05 times 6,000. Medyo mahaba ito, no? So ang sagot dyan is 140 watts. The answer is letter D. Pag tinype mo yan sa calcu. So ito pala 12.5. So ito is 12.5 cm. Divide mo ng 100 para maging meter. So yan lang yung solution sa number 59, guys. So nagets nyo naman kung paano nakuha yung mga radius, no? So ulitin ko lang kung paano nakuha yung mga radius. So ito kasi, ganito kasi yung unang pipe natin. So meron yung diameter na 5 cm. So 5 cm. Then syempre ito yung radius niya, no? So ito yung radius niya, which is 2.5 cm. Then pag nagdagdag tayo ng insulation, so syempre radius plus ito, which is 1 cm. 1 cm yan. So 2.5 plus 1 is 3.5. Yan yung radius 2. Then pag nagdagdag na naman tayo ng insulation dito, so eto, hindi niya sinabi kung ilang thickness na to, pero sinabi niya na yung outside diameter niya is, yung pinaka-outside diameter is 12.5. So yan na mismo yung outside diameter. So next tayo. Problem number 60. What is the color code for the cylinder of R134A? So color code ng R134A. So tingnan natin dito. So hindi silver yan, no? Sky blue or light blue. So tandaan natin sky blue or light blue. So next, problem number 61. So the same problem na naman naulit. So ang daming nauulit na tanong dito sa sa board exam. So kung hindi natin sure yung sagot sa tanong, then naulit siya. So pwede natin pag-iba yung choices para tumama. So, or kung alam mo naman na yung sagot talaga, syempre, yun na yung sasagot mo. So, this is 61. So, ang sagot dito is blow down the boiler, letter C. Naulit lang yan. Then 62, naulit rin. So, ang sagot yan is letter A. Then 63, the button blow down on a boiler is used to, ang sagot dito. So, letter D. Remove mud drum water impurities. So, next. So, 64, the moisture content of the boiler at exit will be blank by also increasing the boiler pressure in Rankine cycle. So, ito is galing sa Blue Book problems rin to, no? So, the answer here is letter A. It will increase the boiler pressure. So, next, 65. So, pure steam at a pressure of 30 bar and a temperature of 375 degrees Celsius is generated in a boiler at a rate of 30,000 kilograms per hour from feed water at a temperature of 130 degrees Celsius. So, yung fuel natin has a calorific value of 42 megajoules per kilogram and the daily consumption is 53 ton. What will be the equivalent engine power if the overall efficiency of the plant is 0.13? So, itong 53 tonin na to, ito is metric ton. Pag may nabasa kayong ganyang spelling ng ton, no? Metric ton yan. So, para makuha natin yung equivalent engine power, so makuha natin yan using efficiency is equals to equivalent engine power over yung calorific or yung heat ng fuel. So, MFQH. So, alam natin ang efficiency is power output. Ito yung power output over power input. So, yung power input, laging yan yung power ng fuel. So, efficiency natin, ilan yung efficiency? 0.13 is equals to PE divided by mass ng fuel. So, 53 metric tons. So, metric tons. So, daily consumption. So, ibig sabihin per day yan. So, 53 metric tons per day. Then ilan yung mass ng fuel or yung heating value ng fuel or yung tatawag natin calorific value 42 megajoules per kilogram. So i-convert lang natin to. So times 1 day per 24 hours times 1 hour per 3,600 seconds. Answer si day. Then 1,000 kilograms per metric ton. So, ano na matitira dito? Makakancel si kilogram. Megajoule per second. So, i-convert pa natin yan. So, 1,000 kilojoules per megajoule. So, makukuha natin si engine power. Or yung power output. So, 0.13 So, ilan to? So, shift solve pala natin. So, 3349 kilowatts. So, tandaan nyo sa problem na to, power output over power input. So, next, 66. So, si Neil Armstrong. So, si Neil Armstrong, an astronaut is subjected to an acceleration equal to 5 times the pull of the Earth's standard gravity during the takeoff in a spaceship. The said astronaut is 180 pounds and the takeoff is vertical. Determine force does he exert on the seat. So, paano to? So, ganun lang din yan, no? Summation ng force vertical is equals to 0. So, yung motion niya kasi is pataas, no? So, yan yung force niya. Then, meron siyang weight, syempre. May weight yan. Then, yung reverse effective force, laging ina-apply yan opposite dun sa direction niya. Direction ng motion niya. So, pababa rin yung reverse effective force. So, summation ng force ng vertical. So, F is equals to weight plus reverse effective force. So, ang weight natin is mass times gravity plus reverse effective force is mass times acceleration. So, naulit pala itong problem na to, no? So, mass is equals to acceleration plus gravity. So, ang acceleration natin is 5 times gravity, no? Sabi niya sa problem, 5 times gravity. So, m times 5g plus g. So, ganun lang siya. So, mass is 180 pounds times 5 times 32.2 or Newton pala kasi dapat yung lalabas, no? So, i-divide natin na ito ng 2.2 para maging kilogram, guys. Para ito is maging kilogram. So, 5 times 9.81 plus 9.81. So, meter per second squared. So, ang lalabas dito is in Newton. So, ang sagot, so 4810.9 Newton. So, the answer is letter C. So, next, 67. The term spalling refers to a boiler. So, combustion chamber yan, 67. The next, 68. A newly installed turbine receives 150 pounds of mass per second of air at a pressure of 63 psia and a temperature of 2450 degree Rankine and expands it polytropically to a pressure of 14.7 psia. So the exponent N is equal to 1.45 for the process. Determine the power required. So paano tong number 68? So sa 68, easy lang tong solution dito, no? So T2 over T1. So para makuha natin si power, so polytropic kasi, polytropic process to. So kunin muna natin guys dito si T2. So T2 over T1 is equals to P2 over P1 raised to N minus 1 over N. So magiging, so ang T2 over T1 natin na, so 2450 degree Rankine is equal to 14.7 na P2. So, ilan yung P1 natin? 63 psia. Raised to N. So, ang N natin is 1.45. So, makuha natin T2. Raised to 0.45 over 1.45 multiplied by 2450. So, ilang sagot dito? 0.45. Bakit? Taas ko pala na yan. So, 1559.62. So, 1559.62 degree Rankine. So, syempre, para makuha natin yung power required, so, is equal to power or yung work. Syempre, ang polytropic work is M. So, or mass flow rate times R times T2 minus T1. So, pwedeng ganitong formula ng gamitin natin, no? Divided by 1 minus M. So, ilan yung mass flow rate natin? 150 pounds per second times R natin is 53.34 pounds of force to foot per pounds of mass to degree Rankine. So, ito, pounds of mass to. Then times T2. So, ang T2 natin is 1559.62 minus 2450 degree Rankine divided by 1 minus 1.45. So, makancel dito degree Rankine, pounds of mass. So, matitira dito is pounds to foot per second. So, i-convert pa natin into, so, mamaya natin convert. So, dito pala guys kasi, so, may error dito sa problem na to, no? So, dito, sa problem na to may error. Kasi dapat 1559.6 ito yung gagamitin mo dito na T2. Pero dito ang ginamit niya is 159.62. So nagka-error sa pag-substitute. So ang ginamit niya dito guys is 159.62. Kasi kapag ginamit natin itong 1559.62, hindi natin makukuha yung sagot. So ang ginamit niya dito, 159.62. So, work is equals to, so try natin. .54 times 159.62 minus 2450 divided by 1 minus 1.45. So, ang makuha natin dito is 407,2295.6.4. So, $407,2295.6.4 foot to pounds per second. They convert natin 1 BTU per 778 foot to pounds. So, makancel. So, ilan? Divide natin 778. So, 53,343.13. BTU per second. So, sakto lang din nakuha. So, ibig sabihin may error siya sa, so, 52 pala, 52. 53. So, 52,343.13. So, the answer is letter C. So, tatandaan nyo, yung ginamit niya dito is 159.62. So, yun, no, kailangan ma-identify natin yung yung mali, yung error dito sa problem na to. So, itong problem na to, pwede nyo na rin itong i-look-spam kung sakali, 52342, kasi mahirap rin itong masolve kung ganyan, no? So, next, 69. What is the pressure at 12,300 feet altitude if air is incompressible? If the atmospheric air 14.7 psia and 60 degree Fahrenheit at sea level. So note at 60 degree Fahrenheit the density of air is 0.0763 and P1 is 14.7. So paano itong P69? So sabi niya the air is incompressible. So paano gagamitin natin dyan? So P2 is equals to P1 E raised to negative GH over RT. So, yan yung gagamitin nating formula. So, P1 natin is 14.7 PSIA times E raised to negative G. So, dito, kapag English unit, tatanggalin mo na dito yung E kapag English unit. So, sulat mo na dyan 12,300 feet divided by 53 point, ilan ba yung ginamit niya dito? 53.34342 or 53.34 times temperature na 60. So 60 plus 460. So tatandaan niyo pag English, tatanggalin niyo na yung G dyan. So ilan yung lalabas? 14.7 E raised to negative 12,300 over 53.34 times 60 plus 460. So 9.43 PSIA. So the answer is letter B. So next, tuloy-tuloy lang tayo. Problem number 70. So blow-off piping usually refers to, so ang sagot dito. So vent pipes, letter A. So next, 71. So medyo mahaba to. So heat transfer na naman. So hinahanap dito sa problem na to, what thickness of insulating bricks is necessary between refractory and steel? So dito sa 71. So between refractory and steel. So ang gagamitin natin dyan formula, Q is equals to change in temperature x1 over k1 plus x2 over k2 plus x3 over k3. So ang Q natin dito guys is 788 watts per meter squared. Then change in temperature natin, so 1,200 minus 40 divided by x1. So ano yung x1 natin dito? So yung thickness number 1, so dito muna tayo sa 15.2 cm. So 15.2 cm or 0.152 para maging meter. Divide natin ng 13.84 na K1 plus X2. Yan yung hinahanap natin. Yan yung thickness ng between refractory and steel. So divided by K2 niya. So yan yung insulating brick, no? So 0.15 plus X3. So ang X3 natin ito, meron pang 1 cm na steel dyan. So 1 cm is 0.01 meter. Divided by K3, so ang K ng steel is 45. So makuha natin X2 in meter. Meter yung lalabas dito. (1,2 minus 40 divided by 0.152 over 13.84 plus alpha x 0.01 over 45. So shift solve. So 0.219. So 0.219 meter or 219 mm. So the answer is letter C. So next, 72. So centrifugal boiler feed pump requires 5 HP to drive it at a certain speed, head, and discharge rate. So if the speed and quantity of water delivered are doubled and the total head quadrupled, the horsepower required will be approximately equal to. So pump siya, no? Pwede tayong gumamit ng pump formulas. So yung Queen has power, pwede tayong gumamit nun. So hinahanap natin yung P2. So syempre, Queen has power. So want to try now, try to fight death. So P2. So P2 ang hinahanap. So P2 divided by P1 is equals to N2 over N1. So ano ba? Raised to 3. Then D2 over D1 raised to 5. kaso wala pa tayong D2 over D1 dito guys. So kunin natin si D2 over D1 gamit yung head. So sabi niya yung head daw is yung head daw natin is quadrupled. So pwede natin gamitin dito H2 over H1 is equals to D2 over D1 squared. So squared siya, no? Then N2 over N1 squared din. So ilan yung dito natin? So yung nag-quadruple daw, yung H2 over H1, ibig sabihin, since nag-quadruple, magiging 4 na yan. Yung ratio niya. Ibig sabihin, H2 is equals to 4H1. So H2 over H1 is equals to 4. Then D2 over D1 squared times yung N2 over N1. Ano nangyari sa N2 over N1? So yung speed daw niya is nagdoble din. So N2 over N2 is equals to 2N1. So N2 over N1 is equals to 2 squared. So maka-cancel to. Syempre 4 to. Maka-cancel rin to. D2 is equals to D1. So kung D2 is equals to D1, maka-cancel na to. Magiging 1 na lang yan. So 1. So magiging P2 over P1 is equals to N2 over N1 raised to 3. So ganun lang siya guys. So P2, ilan yung P1 natin? 5 HP is equals to N2 over N1 is 2 raised to 3. So P2, so 2 raised to 3 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40 HP. So yan na kagad yung sagot niya guys. So letter C. So basta tandaan nyo na yung queen has power guys. Then wala siyang given na diameter, no? Pwede mong makuha yung diameter dun sa head. Sa head na given. May given tayong ratio ng head which is 4. Diyan mo makuha yung relation ng diameter. Since nakuha natin diameter 2 is equals to diameter 1, so 1 yung ratio niya, so cancel na yan. So next, 73. As a safety precaution, refrigerant cylinders should be stored and transported in the blank position to keep the pressure relief valve in contact with the vapor space, not the liquid inside the cylinder. So ang 73, sagot dyan is upright, laging upright. Then 74, during hydrostatic test, the safety valve should be, syempre, removed. The next, 75. So itong college student. So hinahanap dito guys, yung determine the temperature in the room when she comes back 10 hours later. So na-encounter natin itong problem na to sa discussion natin, no, sa thermodynamics or sa heat transfer. So madali na lang to 75. So hinahanap natin dito is temperature. So makuha natin using Q is equals to mCV delta T. So T2 minus T1. So syempre, hinahanap natin dito, ito si T2. So kunin muna natin si mass guys. So si mass, makukuha natin using PV over RT. So ang pressure natin dito, given 100 kilopascal. Then yung volume natin is 4 times 6 times 6. So yan yung dimension ng room divided by R, 0.287 times temperature na 15 plus 273. So ilan yan? So makuha natin dyan is 174.216 kilograms. Substitute natin dito. So ang Q na given natin dito, so may given tayong Q or yung power. So ang power natin dito is 150 watts. So 150 watts. So si Q yung pwede natin makuha gamit yung power times time. So 150 watts or 0.15 kilojoules per second or kilowatts times time na. So ilan ba yung time natin? So 10 hours. So times 3,600 seconds per hour muna. Then times 10 hours. Ma-cancel. So para maging kilojoules na lang yan. Yung Q natin. Then is equals to mass 174.216 kilogram times CV. So, ano yung CV ng air? So, ang CV ng air natin, 0.7186. So, tandaan nyo, basta room lagi. Since sinabi niya rin na assuming all doors and windows are tightly closed, ibig sabihin insulated yung room natin, ibig sabihin constant volume. 0.7186 kilojoule per kilogram to Kelvin. Then, times T2 minus T1 na 15 degrees Celsius. So, pwede natin Kelvin na lang yan dahil change in temperature. So, maka-cancel Kelvin, kilogram, kilojoules. So, makakuha natin T2 dito is 58.13 degrees Celsius. So, the answer is letter A. So, next, problem number 76. So, the enthalpy of a groundwater in a 20 megawatt geothermal power plant is 1,000 kilojoules per kilogram. So, if the quality after throttling is given as 28% and the overall plant efficiency is 20%, what is the mass flow rate of the steam entering the turbine? So, paano natin makuha yung mass flow rate ng steam? So, makuha natin yan, MS is equals to, di ba sa geothermal power plant, MS is equals to mg times yung quality. So, si mg pwede nating makuha using, so, si mg, meron, anong mg natin dito? So, si mg, makuha natin using 20,000. So, itong 20 megawatt geothermal power plant. So, 20,000 So, diba, meron tayong formula na QG is equals to mg times hg. So, enthalpy times ng groundwater. So, ang QG natin yan yung 20,000 megawatts. So, mg is equals to QG over hg. So, 20,000 divided by hg natin na 1,000 kilojoules per kilogram. Then, meron pa tayong overall plant efficiency. So, itong overall plant efficiency, tina-times natin dito. So, times 0.2. Para makuha natin si ito times 0.2. So, equals 20,000 divided by 0.2 times 1,000. So, 100 kilograms per second. So, kilograms per second yan. Ito is kilojoules per second. So, maka-cancel maging kilograms per second. So, MS is equals to 100 divided by quality na 28%. So, 28 kilograms per second. The answer is letter B. So, kaya naging ganyan yan, kaya naging 0.2 yan, from the formula, Q ng generator is equals to, so, or efficiency pala, efficiency, or overall efficiency is equals to Q ng generator divided by mass ng fuel or mass ng groundwater times Hg. So, from this formula. Kaya, naging mg is equals to Q generator over Hg times EO. So, dito nang galing yan. So, efficiency. So next tayo, problem number 77. So a process of removing heat from a place where it is not wanted and transferring that heat to a place where it makes little or no difference. So ang sagot dyan is letter D, refrigeration yan. From a place. So next, 78. So ito, the mass analysis of a fuel is 84% carbon, 14% hydrogen, 2% ash. It is burned with 20% excess air relative to stoichiometric requirement. If 100 kilograms per hour of this fuel is burned in a boiler, what is the volumetric flow rate of the gas if its temperature and pressure are 250 degrees Celsius and 1 bar respectively? So note, air contains 23.1% oxygen by mass. May RO tayo, 8. Yung universal gas constant, 8.3143. And atomic mass relationships are oxygen, 16, carbon, 12, and hydrogen, 1. So, paano tong problem na to? So, hinahanap natin dito yung volume. Volume flow rate ng gas. So, syempre, first, kunin muna natin dito yung air-fuel ratio. Para makuha natin yung air-fuel ratio, so, wait. So, air-fuel ratio. So, air-fuel ratio is equals to 11.5 C plus 34.5 H minus oxygen over 8 plus 4.3 times S. So, ilan ba yung carbon natin? So, 11.5 times 84% plus 34.5 times ilan yung hydrogen? 14% minus oxygen. So, wala tayong oxygen. So, 0 na yan. 0 na yan, guys. 0 over 8 plus 4.3 times sulfur. Wala na rin. So, 0 na rin yan automatic. So, ilan? So, 11.5 times 84% plus 34.5 times 14% minus oxygen na 0 plus 0. So, ito is 14.49. So, nakalimutan pa 14.49. So, meron pa pala tayo ditong excess. So, para makuha natin yung actual air-fuel ratio. So, actual is equals to 14.49 times excess. So, may excess tayo na, so ilan yung excess natin? 20%. So, 1.2. So, ilan to? So, times 1.2. So, 17.388. 17.388. Then, nakuha natin mas na, so, nakuha natin air fuel ratio. So, from the formula, mass ng air plus mass ng fuel is equals to mass ng gas. So, para makuha natin dito yung mass ng air, so is equals to air fuel ratio. So air fuel ratio times mass ng fuel, syempre. So alam natin ang air fuel ratio is mass ng air over mass ng fuel. So times ang mass ng fuel para makuha natin mass ng air. So 17.388 times mass ng fuel. So ilan ba yung mass ng fuel dito? 100 kilograms per hour. So ilan? 1738.8 kilograms per hour. So makuha sa mass ng gas. So mg is equals to mass ng air 1738.8 plus mass ng fuel 100 is equals to 1838.8 kilograms per hour. Then substitute na natin siya sa ating formula. PV is equals to MRT. So ang gagamitin natin ditong mass is mass ng exhaust gases or combustion gases. So pressure 100, volume is yung hinahanap is equals to mass 1838.8 kilograms per hour times R ng gas. So ilan ba yung R ng gas natin? So assume natin 0.287. Assume na rin natin na 0.287. Then times temperature 250 plus 273. So makuha natin dito ang volume. So 1838.8 times 0.287 times 250 plus 273 divided by 100. So the answer is 2760 meter cube per hour. So the answer is letter C. So ganun lang siya guys, no? The next 79. So 79, the mass flow rate of Freon 12 through a heat exchanger is 10 pounds per minute. Enthalpy of Freon entry is 102 and of Freon exit is 26. Water coolant is allowed to rise 10 degree Fahrenheit. So the water flow rate in liters per minute is, so paano itong 79 guys? So hinahanap natin yung volume flow rate in liters per minute no water or nung cooling water. So syempre sa heat exchanger, so yung Q ng Freon is equals to Q ng water. So ano ba yung Q ng Freon? Mass ng Freon times H2 or H1 minus H2 is equals to mass ng cooling water Cp delta T. So ilan yung mass ng Freon natin? 102 pounds per minute. Then H1, so H1 natin is 102 minus 26. So BTU per pounds is equals to mass ng cooling water. So ilan ba yung mass ng cooling water natin dito? So yan yung hinahanap. So ang mass ng cooling water, pwede natin makuha using density times volume flow rate. So palitan natin yan, density times volume flow rate. So ilan ba yung density natin? So density is 62.4 pounds per cubic foot times volume flow rate. Times Cp natin, ano Cp ng water? 1 BTU per pounds to degree. So 2 degree Fahrenheit or 2 degree Rankine. Times change in temperature natin, meron given 10 degree Fahrenheit. So makacancel na yan. Makacancel ng pounds. Then BTU. So matitira dito is cubic foot per minute. So cubic foot per minute na matitira. So yun natin. So 102 times 102 minus 26 is equal to 62.4 times alpha x times 10. So shift solve. So 12.42. So 12.423. So cubic foot per minute. Then i-convert natin into liters. So times 3 3.281 meter per or feet per meter, no? Baliktad, baliktad. Convert muna natin into meter. So 1 foot or 1 meter per 3.281 foot. So raise natin sa 3 para maging cubic feet. Then times 1,000 liters per meter cube. So maka-cancel, maging liters per minute na yan. So times 1 over 3.281 raised to 3 times 1,000. So 351. Baka 351 na nangyari. Split natin. 0.423 times 1 over 3.281 raised to 3. So guys, may error pala tayo dito, no? 10 pounds per minute pala to, hindi to 102. 10 pounds per minute lang yan. So 10. So palitan natin to. So calcu. So 10 times 102 minus 26 is equal to 62.4 alpha x times 10. So shift solve. So 1.2179. So times 1 over 3.281 raised to 3 times 1,000. So ang sagot is 34.48. So liters per minute. So the answer is letter C. So next problem, problem number 80. So hot gases at a temperature of 280 flow on one side of a metal plate of a 1 cm thickness, and air at 35 flows on the other side. The heat transfer coefficient of the gases is 31.5 and that of the air is 48. Calculate the overall heat transfer coefficient. So hinahanap natin dito yung U. So syempre ang U is equals to 1 over RT. So, ano yung RT? Yan yung reciprocal ng heat overall transfer coefficient. So, si RT pwede nating makuha gamit yung 1 over H1 plus X over K plus 1 over H2. So, wala tayong given na K for metal plate. So, for metal plate, ang gamitin natin K is equals to 50. So it is equal to 1 over H1 na 31.5 plus X is 0.01. So 1 cm, gagiging 0.01 meter. So divided by 50 na watt per meter to Kelvin. Plus 1 over H2. So ang H2 natin is 48. So ilan yan? So, 1/31.5 plus 0.01/50 plus 1/48. So 0.0528. So 0.0528. So makuha natin yung U is equals to 1/0.0528 is equal to 18.94 watt per meter squared to Kelvin. So yan na yung sagot, guys. So ito, so dapat kabisado natin tong 50 watts per meter to Kelvin na K ng metal plate. So next, 81. Tubing used for air conditioning installations is usually installed at, so the answer is letter C, at low pressure side. Then 82. So itong 82, sa ano rin to, no? Sa blue book rin natin to. Sagot dyan is 2.2 meters. Then 83, the refrigerant used in steam jet cooling is, so, syempre water. Then 84, so hinahanap natin yung air fuel ratio and molar basis ng octane gas. So ano ba yung octane? So octane, guys, is C8. So 'di ba ang pag-naming natin ng hydrocarbon, so CN, H, then ANE yung dulo niya, so 2N plus 2. So ang octane is 8, C8, H, tapos 2 times 8 is 2 times 8 is 16 plus 2 is 18. So 18 na to. So C8H18. So paano ba yung molar basis na air fuel ratio? So first kunin muna natin si X. So si X is N plus M/4. So ang N natin dyan, guys, is 8. Ang M natin, ito 18. 18 divided by 4 is 12.5 yan. So para makuha natin molar air fuel ratio, so molar is equals to 4.76x. So sa combustion yan, na formula ng molar air fuel ratio. So 4.76 times 12.5 is equal to 59.5 kilogram of air per kilogram of fuel. So yan na yun. The answer is letter C. So next, 85. So the discharge line B4 shall be vented to the atmosphere through a, so the answer is diffuser. The next, 86. So a stainless steel cylindrical with 1 feet diameter, 4 feet high tank contains 3 feet of water. What rotational speed is required to spin water to the top? So ito, no, laging lumalabas to sa board exam. So actually, pwede na rin natin itong ilok spam kung sakali. So ang formula dyan para makuha natin yung rotational speed to spin water to the top. So may formula tayo dyan, guys, na so height is equals to V squared over 2G. So syempre kailangan natin kunin si V. So V is equals to RW. So dito para makuha natin itong si rotational speed. So rotational speed. Rotational speed. So syempre kunin mo na si V. So H. So ano yung H natin dito? So si H, guys, makukuha natin using, so 4 feet high minus 3 feet of water. So ang H over 2 kasi, guys, is equals to 4 minus 3. So ganyan, guys, no? Ang height over 2 is equals to 4 minus 3. So makukuha natin H is equals to 4 minus 3 is 1 times 2 is 2. So 2 feet. Substitute natin dito. So, 2 is equals to V squared. So, ang V squared is RW. Ang V is RW, no? Squared divided by 2G. So, ang G natin is 32.2. So, palitan natin itong radius. Ang radius natin is... So, ilan yung radius natin dyan? Ito, 0.5. So, 1 feet or 0.5 feet. Then, 2 times 32.2. So, makuha natin W dito is rad per second. So, 2 equals 0.5 alpha x squared divided by 2 times 32.2. So, 22.7 rads per second. So, itong problem na to, paulit-ulit itong lumalabas sa board exam. No? So, pwede natin siya i-look-spam. 22.7 na kagad pag nakita nyo ulit yung tanong na yan. So, next, 87. Freon is... So, ano sagot sa 87? So, syempre, non-toxic. So, next, 88. So, itong 88, medyo mahaba. So, ang hinahanap dito, compute the approximate convection heat transfer rate to the cylinder wall at this instant. So, hinahanap natin heat transfer rate. So, Q is equals to change ng temperature divided by 1 over H1 plus X over K plus 1 over H2. So, ganyan lang kasimple, guys. So, dito, wala siyang binigay na thickness. So, si thickness dito, guys, automatic. So, assume X is equal to 8 cm. So, mag-a-assume tayo, guys, dyan ng thickness. So, change in temperature natin. So, 21. So, ito. So, yan. Ito, 21. So, itong 0 dito sa dulo, degrees yan dapat. So, 21, then minus 190. So, degrees rin yan. So, 21 minus 190 divided by 1 over H1.035 plus X. So, ang X natin thickness is 0.08 meters divided by K. So, ano yung K natin? 0.090 plus 1 over H2. So, ang H2 natin is 0.08. So, ito is H1 at saka H2 to, no? 0.08. So, ito is H1. So, ito is H2. So, ilan makukuha natin dito? Minus 190 divided by 1 over 0.035 plus 0.08 over 0.09 plus 1 over 0.08. So, 45.52. So, sakto 45.52 watts per meter squared. So, yan na. So, ibig sabihin may air dito. Dapat naka-watts per meter squared yung mga yan. So, the answer is letter D. So, next tayo. Problem number 89. So, sa 89, consists of refrigerant mixtures. So, basta mixtures ng refrigerant yan, automatic blends. So, 89 is blends. The next 90, an economizer is used with the steam boiler in order to raise the temperature of the... So, the answer is letter D. Boiler feed water by utilizing some of the heat in the exit flue gases. Then next, 91. So, fuel oil is heated in a storage tank by the use of Siyempre, fuel oil burner. The next, if Joule-Thomson coefficient is equal to 0, then the process will become, so, so ang sagot sa 92, so isothermal. Then 93, as a rule of thumb, for a specified amount of compressed air, the power consumption of the compressed decreases by blank for each 3 degrees Celsius drop in the temperature inlet air to the compressor. So, ang sagot dito, syempre, 1%. The next, 94. So, nozzle receives zero point 0.5 kilogram per second of air at a pressure of 27 kilopascal and a velocity of 30 meter per second and with an enthalpy of 923 kilojoules per kilogram. And the air leaves at a pressure of 700 kilopascal with an enthalpy of 660. Determine the exit velocity from the nozzle. So, hinanap natin exit velocity or V2. So, pwede tayong gumamit dyan ng H1 plus V1 squared over 2,000 is equals to H2 plus V2 squared over 2,000. So, direct sub na lang. H1 natin, 923 plus V1 is 30 squared over 2,000 is equals to H2, 660 plus V2 squared divided by 2,000. So, therefore, makuha na si V2. So, shift solve na lang. So, makuha natin dyan is 726 meter per second. So, the answer is letter C. The next, 95. So, which of the following is not the cause of a black smoke in diesel engine? So, syempre, sagot dyan is letter C. So, high compression pressure. Hindi yan nagkakos ng black smoke. So, next, problem number 96. So, ito, chicken. So, the chicken problem. So, number 96. So, hinahanap dito, guys. So, what will be the amount of heat that needs to be removed? So, ang hinahanap dito basically is yung refrigerating effect natin. So, di ba meron tayong refrigerating effect na mahaba? So, refrigerating effect. Or pwedeng gawin na natin Q total kasi meron rin ditong box. So, meron rin tayong heat ng box dyan or Q ng box. So, syempre, Q ng chicken plus Q ng box. So, dahil nilagay natin yung fresh chicken dun sa loob ng box, no? So, para makuha natin si Q ng chicken, yan yung equal sa refrigerating effect. So, it's equal to, so, ilan ba yung given natin dito? So, mass times, so, eto meron tayong CP above freezing. So, CP above freezing, then times change in T. So, CP above freezing times ito T1 minus TF plus or yung freezing temperature yan, no? Plus yung heat plus yung ano ba? Yung latent heat of fusion. So LF plus CP below freezing, then freezing point minus T2. So ganyan lang siya, guys. So yun yung mass natin, 50 kilograms times CP above freezing is 3.32 times T1 natin is 6 degrees Celsius. So 6 degrees Celsius yan, no? Minus TF. So yung freezing point ng chicken is negative 2.8. So minus negative 2.8 plus latent heat of fusion. So ilan yung latent heat of fusion natin dito, guys? 247 plus CP below freezing is 1.77, then negative 2.8 na freezing temperature minus T2. So, kailangan siya i-freeze into negative 18. So, minus negative 18. So, ilan siya? So, pag kinompute natin yan, so, lalabas dyan is 15,156 kilojoules. Then, para makuha naman natin yung Q ng box is equal to, so, paano natin makuha yung Q ng box? MC delta T lang yan. MC ng box times delta T. So, yan yung mass ng box natin. So, ang mass ng box is 1.5 kilograms. Times CP ng box or specific heat ng box is 1.4 kilojoules per kilogram to degrees Celsius. Times change in temperature natin. So, ang change in temperature natin dyan, guys. So, from 6 degrees Celsius sa temperature ng box, papunta sa 18 degrees Celsius kung kailan siya i-freeze. So, minus negative 18. So, cancel, kilogram. Ilan to? So, ito is 50.4 kilojoules. So, substitute natin dito. Q ng chicken is 15,156 plus 50.4 is equal to 15,206.4 kilojoules. So, the answer is letter A. So, dito sa problem na to, kapag QC lang pala kinuha mo, lalabas rin yung sagot. So, be careful guys, kasi kailangan pa natin ng Q ng box. So, next. 97, in which direction does heat flow? So, syempre, alam natin na letter B, from warm substance to cold substance. The next, 98, if the specific gravity of mercury is given as 13.55, what is the specific weight ng mercury? So, syempre, specific weight ng mercury is equals to, paano natin makuha to? So, specific gravity times specific weight ng water. So, times specific weight ng water. Specific gravity 13.55. So, ang specific weight ng water is 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. So, ilan? So, 13.55 times 9.81 is 132.9 kilonewton per meter cube. So, pabigay lang tong problem rin na to. No? Letter D. The next, 99. What kind of refrigerant is R600? So guys, ang R600 is butane. Then lastly, 100. So nasa blue book rin to, no? Among the four, which of the following is not a method of starting diesel engine? So syempre, using another engine. So, yun lang, no? Hanggang dun lang yung ating solution. So, ang gawin nyo, guys, so isolve nyo ulit lahat to. Then, at least isolve nyo ng mga 10 beses, no, para makabisado nyo talaga yung mga questions at saka yung mga sagot.